Wow, those trees are really hazy. Or is that a window? Huge shout out to Victor who discovered this, and we're going to show you how to make this sort of opacity window today very easily. But we also have another type of window which I actually really like, is this sort of framed window that feels very clear. This window is breaking, there's not supposed to be opacity inside of Horizon, at least not yet. We're hoping for it in the future, but for now, you do this. So what you're looking at is the top pixel on a large, very, very, very large piece of text. And so we have created a text object, which is just a capital I, and we're using the very top of it. Then we've framed it with wood to hide the edges because the edges aren't perfect. And then you can color it. So if I adjust these colors, you can see we can get any color you'd like. In fact, grab our paint tool, and you can see you can just paint it very easily. It requires a lot of rendering on the headset side. So if you have a bunch of these, you could cause some issues in your world. So I don't highly recommend going too crazy with this, but having one or two is probably not going to be an issue whatsoever. On this end, what we've done is also use text. This is an equals sign that's been stretched from edge to edge. And on each edge, there's one equals sign. So it only required one object to create these two lines, and it kind of looks like a double paned window. And then we've also got an invisible solid collidable object. In this instance, you'd want to put a collidable object in here as well, because as you can see, we can just jump right through the purple haze. That's probably not your intent if you're making a window, is not to have it go through. But if you were looking to make some sort of like you fall through this thing, this is actually really cool that you can fall through it as well. So you could have like a water, but there's one other huge caveat you need to think about, is that going this direction requires you to hide this indefinitely. I mean, indefinitely. There's no way to understate how indefinite this is. It's like, it feels like a mile of just eye. And so what I recommend is when you create the eye, utilize the position, rotation, scale, all of this from inside of here. The equal signs can actually just be kind of dashed across. Like if you grab another text box out of here, we can go in, type in equals, and then stretch this, make this nice and thin, and you can kind of use it as a slant to form this sort of like reflection point. So you can kind of make it look like it's reflecting. And even from there, you can make it even thinner if you really want it to be nice and thin. And so I think there's a lot of options. This is really cool, and I'm glad I'm able to show it to you. But I think this should be kind of our call to Horizon to say, hey, we'd really like some opacity options added. Even if there's a limit of only 10 opacity objects per world, I'm totally okay with that. I'm sure everybody else would be too, but we just want this added as a feature. And again, we're in beta, so I'm sure it'll be added at some point, because this is definitely going to be huge. I can't wait. Anyway, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Bye.